All right, guys, as my time ends here in Nairobi, Kenya, I want to talk about the top 5 things that I really love about Nairobi, Kenya, and 3 things that I dislike. And I want to say that Nairobi really surprised me. I didn't expect to like it this much the first time I came, I'll be honest. It offers a lifestyle that is hard to find. And I would say Nairobi is one of the most unexpected cities that I've grown to really enjoy. And I think the city gives you something that most cities don't, and that's balance. So we're going to talk about that in today's video. Stick around.
I'm tired of waiting here. Same 4 walls, same fading year. Got these plans stuck in my head. Southeast Asia calling me instead. Bangkok nights and Bali shores.
All right, number 1 thing that I really like about Nairobi is the weather. Now, for me, I like warmer weather. I don't ever want to experience winters, but I don't necessarily like the sweltering heat. And sometimes living in Bangkok, it can be quite hot. Now, I'm going to give some of the temperatures in Celsius, but I will do the Fahrenheit down below as well. But currently, we are sitting at 19 degrees Celsius. There's no humidity. It's just a cool, beautiful day out. Just absolutely beautiful. So it is warm, but it's not too hot. Cool mornings and evenings. Often I've got a hoodie on or a light jacket. I've never needed anything more than that. No extreme heat, no AC needed, no heater needed. Just open a window or turn a fan on and you are good. Bangkok, Philippines, forget it. Vietnam, Malaysia, no, you need air conditioning. And it's a comfortable daily life, I have to say. I think the average temperature is very moderate. And part of that is because of the elevation. I think we're sitting at around 6,000 to 7,000 feet elevation, or a little over 2,000 meters. And it's one of the most livable climates that I've experienced. And it's really hard to find a climate like this that you can just enjoy year round, that just, again, isn't too warm. It's not too hot. It's just kind of the perfect weather. So yeah, I mean, absolutely love the weather here. Number 2 is nature right by the city. I mean, just for example, this is just right outside of the city. I think it was a 20-minute drive or something from where I was staying in the city. And we're just like right on the edge of the city here. And even within the city, you find places like this. There's a national park near downtown. Green spaces and fresh air, again, like this. Weekend nature escapes not far away. You can go do a safari and in a few hours, you can go be doing a safari. Wildlife nearby on several hikes. Just doing a regular hike here in Nairobi, within Nairobi, you'll see like zebra, you'll see baboons. It's just, it's crazy. By the way, I just ordered some beef samosa. This is quite popular here in Nairobi, Kenya. I'll be eating this after the video. So you're never far from nature here. And number 3, English is spoken, and spoken well. Easy communication, smooth daily interactions, less stress navigating systems, and immediate functionality. You can land here and you can function on day 1. Now, my experience of some of the English-speaking countries that I've lived in, the Philippines, and also visiting Malaysia, they do speak English. But here, the proficiency, the understanding of nuances, sarcasm, having in-depth conversations has been outstanding. Outstanding. I don't know, they were a former British colony, so that probably has something to do with it. Their education system, just probably a lot of different factors, but English, no problem whatsoever here. And it's been a pleasure talking to waiters, waitresses, other people in service jobs, dates, and communicating very well, no problem. And the 4th thing that I really like here is dating and social culture. People are very sociable here, very approachable, easy to talk to, no problems whatsoever talking to anybody here. They're always very friendly. Women are educated and independent. Often women are living by themselves here. They're not so dependent on family like in Southeast Asia, it seems like. And that's been nice. Relationships feel more intentional, at least for me, in my experience, in my short experience so far. And I think they have strong cultural values here. The dating culture here feels more intentional and grounded. But again, so far I've had no problem with dating with the English communication. They seem very straightforward about what they want. And I've had less issues like scams and women going after money and stuff. Like often in the Philippines or Thailand, it seems very transactional at times. And here it feels a little less transactional, a little more sincere. Again, my opinion based on my short time here. Number 5 is modern amenities and global access. There are great restaurants and cafes. This is a prime example. I'm still looking forward to eating this. Reliable internet. Everywhere I go, every shop, there's Wi-Fi. My internet has been fine at my apartments that I've rented. Remote work friendly. Again, like I said, I could have brought my laptop here and I could be working. I often go to cafes and I do my editing and do some work in the cafes, so no problem there. International airport hub. Nairobi goes off to all kinds of different areas, so no issues there. They have a direct flight even to Bangkok, Kenya Airways, or often my preferred route, because it's less expensive, is going into Doha or Dubai and then flying into Bangkok. Imported goods are highly available. There's shops in the malls and all over the place where you can get all kinds of imported goods. Not a problem whatsoever. So whatever you need, you really can get here. So you get global convenience with African culture. So it's been fantastic that way. All right, so as with any place, there's always going to be some things that you don't like. And so I really don't have a lot though, to be honest, but there are 3 things that I don't like about Nairobi in particular. Kenya. Again, now, no place is perfect. I have yet to find a place that's perfect. I would challenge anyone to tell me a place that's perfect without any kind of negative. I don't think it exists. Number 1 for me here is traffic. It can be horrendous. Even the roads can be horrible. I've had Uber, like I found a really cool restaurant that's like at this beautiful location, and it's got a little swing bridge that you walk out to go to the restaurant with beautiful views. Couldn't even access it. The road was so bad. And I told the Uber driver, I said, what are the chances that I get a ride home? And he said, very slim, that any Uber driver is going to come all the way out here. So I ended up, before I even got to the restaurant, told him just to turn around. So I never did get to see it. So you really got to have your own transportation, and you need some good transportation, because speed bumps and the rough roads must really play havoc on their shocks and struts here. But there is a lot of congestion. So many times you get stuck in congestion. Now, you do learn to kind of maneuver around it. You know, Saturdays and Sundays are okay to go do your things, to go out places. You know, at certain times of the day, you got the higher traffic times. So you do learn to kind of maneuver it. You can take motorbike, they call them bodas here, and you can take those for short distance to kind of go around traffic. A little adventurous, but it is a way to go, and it's very cheap. Transportation overall is actually very inexpensive here, but short trips take a long time. I remember following it just like I think it was only like 3 kilometers away going back to my home, and I think it took like 45 minutes to get back home one day. So you got to plan around peak times, and again, a lot of the roads can be really bad. The buses here I just don't find very good, and I just don't even want to ride them. It's just not a lot of transportation options. It's pretty much the Uber. You have your own car, you take one of those motorbikes, or you take one of those buses, which I don't feel comfortable on. Number 2 is transportation and getting around. So kind of tying into that first one. Walkability varies here. Now, there's certain neighborhoods that are okay for certain areas that you can walk, but there's certainly areas that make walking difficult. I would say there's better sidewalks here than there were in the Philippines, but you compare it to Bangkok and Vietnam and other places like that, and it's not very good. The public transport here, very kind of confusing for foreigners. And again, if you compare this with like Bangkok, and I can only compare it to Bangkok because that's where I'm last living. You get the sky trains, the BTS and the MRTs and the taxis and just different ways that you can get around, and you feel less trapped. Like you feel like everything's kind of open. You can just kind of go all over. Here you feel a little tied down, if you know what I mean. Like you don't feel like you just have the run of the mill of you can go anywhere you want. So there's definitely ride share dependency. Like in the Philippines, I was able to, you buy a motorbike. Even in Bacolod, I had those little public buses that were very cheap, easy to get on and go off with air conditioning. So even that was better than here. But having my own motorbike in the Philippines really opens things up, gave me a lot of freedom. Bangkok, you got the sky trains, that just gives you a lot of freedom. I don't feel like I have that here. So getting around isn't always simple. And the last one is things aren't as cheap as what I initially expected or what even people expect. Safe neighborhoods here are going to cost you more. So in Thailand, in Vietnam, even well, maybe not the Philippines so much, but in Vietnam and Thailand, you can live in a very inexpensive apartment or condo and still be in a very safe area. No problem walking around at night or whatever. Here, if you want to go very inexpensive, it's not a good idea. You can't really, as a foreigner, live in certain areas and really feel totally safe. And here you have to live in certain kind of neighborhoods if you want that safety. And so the prices are quite a bit higher, in my opinion. But I will say, I will counter that with, you get a lot more square meters in your apartments here. So if you were taking it meter by meter on rental costs, then maybe it's similar. But really, if you want a good place, you're looking at a little bit higher rent costs than, in my opinion, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia. Imported items can be expensive here, but they can be expensive in Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines as well. And dining and lifestyle, that's where things go up too. The dining out here is not so inexpensive. Thailand, Vietnam, again, inexpensive meals. Even the Philippines, you can get some pretty reasonably priced meals. Street food, I just wouldn't really eat it. Thailand, I feel safe to, or even Vietnam, to just eat street food whenever. Philippines, again, I'm not eating the street food there. So again, the city isn't perfect, but lifestyle balance is rare. And Nairobi definitely offers a unique mix. So I'll end it with this. Nairobi isn't perfect by any means, but the balance of lifestyle, nature, and opportunity is really hard to match. It's a city that makes daily life feel comfortable, not chaotic. So again, guys, I appreciate you watching. Again, this is one of my last videos here in Nairobi. I'm on my way back to Bangkok within a few days. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video, probably on the other side, back in Thailand again. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.
Got these plans stuck in my head. Southeast Asia calling me instead. Bangkok nights and Bali shores. Sick of dreaming, want something more. Pack your bags, don't hesitate. Gio, let's go before it's too late. Time keeps slipping.